Meeting to order. Trina, want to do a roll call?
Mr. Chacko?
Here.
Ms. Christie?
Here.
Mr. Landuse?
Here.
Mr. D?
Here.
Mr. Zupnik?
Here.
Mr. Travelini?
Here.
Ms. Patrick?
Here.
And Ms. Gutschall.
Here.
Adequate notice of this meeting of the Bedminster Township Land Report was filed with the Township Clerk and sent to the Bernardsville News, Bernardsville, the Courier News, Somerville, and to all subscribers and posted at the Township Municipal Building, 1 Miller Lane, Bedminster, New Jersey, on January 9, 2017.
Would you stand, please, for the flag salute?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I see that we have 2 extensions tonight, and I guess we had requested that they update their funding, so they both have. Okay, good. Should we take this individually, and does it need a roll call?
Yes. The board entertained a motion to approve a request for extension for 202-206 LLC. And how long did they request, Trina?
1 year.
A 1-year extension. I believe that's the property, the Weicker property at the corner of 202-206 Lamington Road, and approved for offices and
Right. It's a bank, I believe.
bank, and
Yeah.
they just asked for an extension, and that I would recommend it to the board.
Make the motion. Seconded.
And a roll call, please.
Mr. Chacko?
Aye.
Ms. Christie?
Aye.
Mr. Landuse?
Aye.
Mr. D?
Aye.
Mr. Zupnik?
Aye.
Mr. Travelini?
Aye.
Ms. Patrick?
Aye.
And Ms. Gutschall.
Aye. Motion approved.
And the next one is, next one is a request for extension, I think, to allow more time to record the deeds of minor subdivision. And I like to call that an extension and reapproval of a minor subdivision. And they've asked for shorter than the 190 days, but I like to make it 190 days for simplicity purposes in case some problem occurs where we're reviewing the deeds and we want them to correct something. Although we'll work quickly to try to get it recorded. So the board would entertain that motion to reapprove and extend the time period for recording of the Rochette subdivision. Any approvals for at least an additional 190 days. Is there such a motion?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Chacko?
Aye.
Ms. Christie?
Aye.
Mr. Landuse?
Aye.
Mr. D?
Aye.
Mr. Zupnik?
Aye.
Mr. Travelini?
Aye.
Ms. Patrick?
Aye.
And Ms. Gutschall.
Aye. Motion approved. Okay, we have 2,
Good luck now.
yes, thank you. We have 2 applications that are need to be deemed for completeness. John, are you prepared?
Yes, hi, Board. John Hanson here for Paul Ferrero. First application is Great Oak Farm, and we've reviewed that and published a letter dated May 31st. We find that the application is complete, and we have no objection if it's scheduled for a public hearing.
So that it's complete, we can just talk about scheduling it. We don't have to do any waivers for completeness.
Okay,
May is going to be scheduled for July 13th. Paul recommended that.
okay.
Okay, the next application is
We
for...
should just confirm, is that what we're going to do, Trina, with the chair? We'll go for July 13th.
July 13th. Mhm.
For the Great Oak Farm variance application.
And we need to take a roll call on that?
No. Now, because it is complete, and we're just making sure that you're comfortable with it being scheduled for that.
Yes, okay. Okay, and then,
Okay, the
EDC?
next application is for EDC. We did a completeness review, also published a letter dated May 31st. This one we found is deficient in 3 different items on page 2 of the letter. So we recommend that the application be deemed incomplete at this time.
okay. Can you tell me, do you know where that is? Is that across the street on 202, or is it on the hillside?
It's on the intersection of where 287 and 202 meet. It's that
Between-
triangular
between the
piece of
entry
property.
Ramp, if you come to the exit ramp,
If you're going south on 202, 206, and you go past the 287 on-ramp,
Yeah.
as you're going up under that overpass, the EDC complex is there on the right. That's where this is.
So it's not on the Hills property?
it's
No.
not on the Hills property.
It's
No.
not, okay. I'm just checking
Sort of
because,
across the street.
yeah, it's across the street one.
street.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
And
Because the
everything rolls
last,
downhill.
because the last property that we had, that we reviewed was on the Hills property, and both Jeff and I would have to.
Oh, I see.
Yes, we
You may
would,
get, I don't think you'll get a notice,
okay.
but it's possible the condo association theoretically could get a notice. Let's wait when we see what the notices are, and if,
Okay,
I don't think it's going to be a conflict of interest for anyone.
okay.
Does anyone know what across the street from them is this orange fencing that's been up there for a long time? With this netted kind of orange?
The soil,
That's usually an environmental barrier if they're doing some sort of digging or...
Yeah, but nothing seems to be happening. It's been there like 2 months, I think.
I could kind of assume the Department
Typical.
of Transportation put that.
Yeah.
They've got a lot going on over
Oh,
there.
I know that,
Yeah.
but it just seems...
It may be part and parcel.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, no one knows.
It went, yeah. Mysterious.
okay.
So do we need
So-
to vote that it's incomplete?
No, because that's administrative. If we were they're not recommending waivers for completeness at this time, right, Jen?
No.
So-
No, okay.
So they're incomplete, they'll do their paperwork, and then we'll see if we need to waive anything after submission.
Okay, I guess we can go on with our application with Raritan Headwaters.
Good evening, my name is Anthony Spacaro, I represent Raritan Headwaters Association. This is an application to convert an existing garage to an environmental interpretive center. No site improvements are proposed. I have two witnesses here, Cindy Ehrenprue, who is the executive director of Raritan Headwaters, and our engineer to answer any questions you may have and to offer any testimony. Cindy, why don't you come up?
And raise your right hand. Do you swear the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? And speak, you may be seated, and please speak into the mic.
Thank you.
Please state your name and spell your last name, and give us at least a business address.
All right, I'm Cindy Ehrenclou, E-H-R-E-N-C-L-O-U. I'm the Executive Director of Raritan Headwaters.
No public.
We're located at 2121
I'm sorry.
Larger
We-
Crossroad,
we'll go back.
Bedminster.
Yeah.
And your responsibilities as executive director are?
Oversight of programs and the site, Fairview Farm, our headquarters, and that's it. I run the joint.
Tell us about the application that's before the board this evening.
The application is for an environmental interpretive center. We have a lot of activities, mostly with kids that have muddy shoes, and they've been out in the collecting bugs from the pond. They may be building a rain barrel, doing a rain barrel workshop, or painting a teepee. We also have a lot of adults that come in for workshops, stream monitoring training, and that sort of thing. So this garage right now is dark, wet, and unusable, and we're trying to create a shelter and a space to store equipment for our activities, our education activities, and just a dry place. And we also have field trips. Actually, Bedminster School was there on May 16th. We would set up a place like this garage as a science station for kids to examine what they've collected in the pond or have some kind of lesson.
Will the hours of operation for your facility change in any way?
No, we're open dawn till dusk.
And do you anticipate any increase in the number of visitors because of the addition of this interpretive center?
No, it's just enhancing what happens now.
Any additional staff or support needed to service this space?
No,
No additional lighting is proposed?
no.
Essentially, it's a garage that will continue to have garage doors, but it's going to be cleaned up. The garage doors can be opened to
Yep.
let the fresh air in.
Yep, better light,
Putting skylights in,
yes, we can afford it.
if you can afford it.
Yes. We'll see.
Anything else you'd like to add?
That's it, just enhance the programs that we currently have happening at Fairview Farm.
Any questions for this witness?
Any from the board? Any
Yeah.
questions? Go, Lou.
Will this be operating all year round in the winter as well, or there's seasonal situation? here?
Seasonal, it'll probably be used maybe on warm March days through October.
Do you propose to put heat in there?
No, it'll be 3-season use.
Okay.
That'll be tough.
Is there electricity in there at this point?
There is, it's not, it has to be also upgraded, which is part of the application.
Bathroom facilities?
No, it's not necessary.
How far away from the other facilities is this garage? I mean, so that the bathroom facilities are close enough for
Yes,
use? Is that
we measure
the
the
issue?
space and they're very adequate. We have a compost toilet and then we have a cottage with a new bathroom that you all approved here. So we're close enough,
Existing driveways and roads get
yes.
By way of background, we were here in 2015 with some improvements to the site that were proposed. They were approved by this board. Those improvements have been fully constructed, inspected, and approved. So the revised site plan and that was submitted is what exists now.
The site plan here that you're showing is
Yes.
is the existing
Yes.
improvements?
And there's no anticipation that improving this garage will increase the number of programs or the number of people attending programs or?
No, we just don't have the capacity to do more than this. It just enhances the programs that we currently have.
which are great programs.
I'm sure. The board, anything more? No? Frank?
Sorry. As a former board member of the group to which these people are a successor, since been a friend for years, but I don't believe that, I've been off the board for years, that there's any conflict there. One of the things being on the board did for me was get me on site enough to appreciate how gingerly they've managed to get some very impressive activities going on without really changing the character of the site very much at all. The gardens that have been improved and added, the modifications to buildings have all been understated. There's nothing that's been done there that has really changed the character significantly. And I think that the character of the use that they've done, how many years has it been, Cindy, that you've been,
Well,
that upper Raritan,
moved there 81, but gift property in 73.
73. So this is a mission that, Bedminster had something like this going on here in town at the start of when that all really caught on. And I think we're thrilled that that mission stayed here because the merger could have sent them someplace else. But in any event, having been over the site over and over and seeing the way the improvements have been completed already, I don't really have any question about the ability of the site to accommodate what's being proposed. I think it's a great proposal.
I visited there yesterday, and
You did?
I did.
I'm so impressed.
Well, I do that because I want to see the applications. I want to see them firsthand
you.
for myself. So I did. I visited. I was very impressed. The property is beautiful.
Thank you
Beautiful.
very much.
Yeah. John, anything?
I don't have any questions per se. We've got a letter dated May 1st. It's a fairly straightforward letter. Item 1's been addressed by the applicant, and items 2 and 3 are really just cleanup, housekeeping conditions of approval. If we would recommend that the board incorporate those into a resolution.
Are you able to?
Yes, I should note that we do have correspondence, I believe it was involved in Somerset County Planning Board approving this application dated March 15, 2017. Tom, I don't know if you had a copy of that letter.
We do have a copy of that. It's in our folder.
If there are no other questions of this witness, I'll call Wayne Ingram, our engineer and planner.
Did we open to the public for questions?
We did not. Is there anyone in the public that has anything regarding this application? Or that witness? No, okay, seeing none, we'll move on.
Sir, you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? I do. And please state your name,
I think we-
address, and at least the business address.
Wayne Ingram, address is 140 West Main Street, High Bridge, New Jersey.
And Wayne, would you spell your last name?
Sure. Ingram.
Thank you, Mr. Ingram. And the board has previously recognized and accepted the qualifications of Mr. Wayne Ingram as a professional engineer. Any other licenses, Wayne?
I'll be planner on this as well.
And a professional planner. So we'll just confirm for the record that he's still accepted as an expert. And please go ahead, gentlemen.
Mr. Ingram, since you've been recognized, acknowledged as an expert, as a planner and engineer, just let me ask you about planning since no site improvements are proposed. You're familiar with the resolution that this board adopted in 2015 that granted site plan approval, but also granted use variance relief because this was an expansion of a non-conforming use?
Yes, I am.
And is it your opinion that the reasons cited in that resolution for granting use variance relief apply with equal force to this application?
I believe so, yes.
And can you just run through them so we have the record complete, please?
Sure. It was found in the last resolution that the project promoted the conservation of land, conservation of natural resources, preservation of natural resources, protection of trout production of streams, stream corridors, the management and maintenance of woodlands and wetlands, and educational services and conservation purposes provided by the organization. All things which are still fulfilled through this application.
Without any adverse impact?
No detrimental impacts were found in the last application. Again, since there's no additional traffic or any buildings or any site improvements proposed as part of the project, we would also believe that the same conclusion of no detriments would be up for this project as well.
I do not have any additional questions.
Question. Considering this is stated as a garage, and we know we're going to be putting children in here, can you talk to us about the structural integrity of this building, or how old it is? Because I know there's some buildings on that property that are quite old, and how you plan to upgrade it to a point where it's safe for children and all?
I'm not aware of the long history of the building. However, the improvements that are going to be made include putting a concrete floor in, other, as you heard, windows, lighting. So everything's going to be brought up to current building codes. If there's structural deficiencies found, those would all be corrected at that time. The intention basically is to have, roll up the garage doors, and on rainy days, have a place that people can stand under a cover. We're not defining this as a classroom, we're calling it really an interpretive space. So, I just said it's rainy day space. That's the way to describe it.
The included in the application were plans from an architect that set forth in detail the work that is to be done, and this construction will be done in accordance with the plans submitted by the architect, and as Mr. Ingram said, subject to all building codes and approvals, so it will be safe.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else on the board? Any questions? Any questions? Frank, anything further? No? John?
No questions.
No? We'll open it again to the public?
Or any
No.
comments or questions?
No?
Seeing none?
Seeing none? Okay.
Board, anything further, Mr. Cesaro?
No, this is one of the more controversial applications.
Let's not make it any more complicated.
Yeah, let's not make it more complex than we need to.
I don't want to snatch the feet from the jaws of victory, so please let me shut my mouth.
I understand. Okay. I guess we're ready to have a resolution, Tom?
Yes, the board would entertain and might consider a motion to approve the amendment to the D variance and site plan waiver application of Raritan Headwaters as proposed this evening, with the conditions being the standard conditions and Paul and Frank's review reports. And it would be effective this evening, so they could proceed effective immediately, provided all other requirements are met. Is there such a motion?
Motion approved.
Roll call.
Aye.
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 Mr. Cavalini?
Aye.
Patrick?
Aye.
And Mr.
Aye.
Thank you all very much.
Congratulations, good luck. Mhm.
Good luck, enjoy it, enjoy
Yeah.
the space. Do they want an early start?
Yeah, I built it into your motion.
Into your resolution.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
It seemed like they're ready to do it.
Ready to go.
It didn't sound very hard.
Okay, is there any comments from the public that has anything to do with something that's not on the agenda? No? Okay. Seeing none. How about the board? Do we have any comments from the board? No comments from the board. Okay, well then, I think we are done. Do we need to schedule anything else, Trina?
No, just Great Oak.
Just Great Oaks for the 13th?
Next week we have the Verizon wireless application, so
Right,
Tom will not be joining us that night.
okay.
Get a night off?
You get a night off.
All right. Thanks, Trina.
Bonus.
My wife might be happy about it.
Oh.
I hope she's happy.
We'll take a vacation.
Sounds good.
Yeah, because that, we were supposed to have,
Lenton Road,
as well, but
they're not ready.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they've asked to,
They've asked
they're
to
gonna
be-
notice,
yeah,
but they've asked
They're
to.
gonna re-notice it, they asked to be adjourned to July 13th, so.
So we're scheduling that?
He said that they have to re-notice for.
Right.
The board had said that.
So we're rescheduling that for July 13th as well.
We'll announce that at next week's meeting.
Yeah, okay. And we're not scheduling anything for the first,
For July 6th.
for July
No
6th.
meeting for July 6th,
No,
just July 1st.
everybody's got a vacation.
Yes.
All right, do I hear a motion?
I didn't, Madam Chair.
Up,
No.
Yes.
It's in the Great Oak Farm.
up,
I haven't read this
please.
yet, but you have on your table the plan there. And I read quickly, but I did think about it a little bit, this first article about board members beware, and it's a good question. One of the reasons I thought about it is we are very fortunate to have so many professionals, architects, attorneys, and even there could be other people. And one of the things that's important in the municipal ethics law, which is a little broader than what normally applies to us as professionals, is that according to the municipal ethics statute, if you're a municipal official like the board member or planning board or zoning board, you're not supposed to appear before any agencies of the municipality representing anyone except yourself or your spouse. So I'm not aware of any issues or problems with people, but just as a cautionary thing. Basically, you would never, as a board member, represent somebody else appearing here. You can represent yourself and you can represent your spouse, but you couldn't represent a third party and come before any board or appear before any agency. And it's a tough prohibition, but it's what statute says, and it goes a little further than we normally even have for professionals, because it goes as far as you have to avoid any appearance of conflict or private, which is kind of like what judges have to do, and it makes sense that would be a similar standard. So, if you ever have any issues about that and you're concerned about something, maybe call me and talk to me about whether you should not do work on this matter or should not appear. But it's a pretty broad prohibition of not appearing, except when it's for yourself.
Okay.
It's hard to imagine, but like you wouldn't work on a set of plans that had your name on it or your company's name on it that appeared
Before the
For your
board.
own board.
Is that
Right.
difficult? That's what, and for attorneys, it's, they wouldn't go to municipal court if they were on a board here in town. Or they wouldn't go, we had two boards, they wouldn't go to the planning board even though they're on the zoning board, because of this broad municipal ethics statute. prohibition, whereas in attorney ethics, there's some cases that say you can do things that are, can be a special counsel for a town, and still appear before that same town. And so, and that has been approved by the Supreme Court, but you couldn't be the regular municipal attorney or the regular board attorney and appear before the board, only special counsel. So, and they give some cautionary advice in here that's a little detailed. I don't need to go into it. So there may be exceptions, there may be issues, but a good general rule is do it. And that might go as far as like a real estate agent should not appear and testify for somebody on other than their own property, or a real estate appraiser, or your board member. It's the municipal official act that is causing the conflict, not what your profession is. It's really the fact that you are a municipal official. I think it applies to me as a board attorney and a board engineer, a board planner. And so we sort of expect that, so we're sort of more aware of it. But so just be aware of it. So, information, whatever.
Yeah, that's all. Okay. Do we have a motion to
Motion to adjourn.
So
adjourn?
Seconded.
Okay. Is that fast enough for you, Jane?